YouTube now offers A/B testing for thumbnails. Just go into the YouTube Studio, click the video where you want to test the thumbnail, click here where the thumbnail is, and hit test and compare. And you can see that you could upload an image here, you can upload another image here, so you could test up to 3 different images simultaneously, or if you want it, you could just test A versus B instead of A versus B versus C. So for example, here in Canva, you can see that I have 2 thumbnails reviewing this iPhone case. There's this one with the black background and the red text, and then there's one with a yellowish background with a plain black text. And if we go into the YouTube Studio, we can click here and see that both of these thumbnails are running. Now, if you click the 3 dots, you can view test report. And what you can see here is that YouTube is forcing you to wait before you're able to see the data. And I think what it is they don't want you to act on preliminary data because often that's misleading. One thumbnail might be outperforming in the beginning, but in the long run, it may actually become the losing version. So you can also hit stop and set. You could cancel the test. You can take a look at the details here. But ultimately, for this video, I'm going to have to wait about 2 weeks before I have enough data, because this is one of my smaller channels and there's not a lot of volume here. So what you might want to do is look, for example, at a video that's gotten more views. So this one has almost 2,000 views. So I could go in here and I'm going to be able to collect more statistically significant data quicker. So I would recommend doing the A/B testing, and there are a lot of good reasons why. One is to get insights in terms of what's effective. So for example, one thing I'm interested in is the positioning of the text. For example, putting the text at the top, at the bottom, on the left, or on the right. Does that outperform? So the insights are valuable. The other thing that you can do is you may be able to get more traction out of videos that you've already made. Perhaps ones that you think should be doing better or aren't. Well, you can A/B test and come up with new thumbnails to try to get more longevity and better performance out of those. You can also apply this to new videos that you are publishing to see which variant is going to outperform the other. Another useful application is being able to test designers. So I often make judgment calls in terms of my thumbnail designers, who did a good job, who didn't. But in reality, that's not an empirical way of assessing who's better. You could simply run an A/B test, hire 2 different people on Fiverr, for example, pay them, say, $10, $100 each, whatever price point you want, and see which outperforms. The other thing is that my designers recently have sent me multiple variants of thumbnails, and I can test all 3 of them. So on one of my channels, for example, I'm going to be having a video on the best laptop, and we have 3 different thumbnails here. Now, these aren't dramatically different. I guess ideally they would be more dramatically different, but that's what my designer gave me, and that's what I'm going to test. I also have this new video coming out where I'm going to summarize this personal branding book, and I have 3 different variants. I have different expressions on my face. Maybe me with my fist up is more exciting, or maybe this more finely tuned finger pointing at the object is more enticing. Or perhaps this other variant where I'm more smiley is going to outperform. I'm going to get those insights here, and it's also going to help me decide what photo to use in future thumbnails.